Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story about how Edward Snowden got hired to do some press piece and instead ambushes the guy live for accusations that this guy thought he would get away with. And we're going to talk about everything. But let's talk about Ed first, right? The man, myth, the legend. Look, he was born June 21st, 1983. Famous and infamous for copying and leaking highly classified NSA docs. You guys know the whole thing. We found out, thanks to Snowden, that the FBI is watching us right now through your webcam, probably. Like his methods or not, it's undeniable that he risked everything for the sake of the American people. He was making bank. Now he's like in Russia somewhere freezing or whatever. So he risked it all for getting the truth out there because he's what we call an ideologue, right? Someone who doesn't get motivated by traditional things like money or things like this. Instead, he lives for like an ideal, in this case, the truth getting out there. And those kinds of people, by the way, they're dangerous and admirable because they can't be bribed or bought, which is why when a wealth guru invited Snowden to shill some kind of wealth summit thing, everyone was perplexed, including Snowden himself, who accepted the invitation only to slam dunk the guy live in front of his entire audience. Let's watch this together, okay? This is amazing.
And so I have to ask, it's very unusual that you booked me for this conference because, as a whistleblower, it's my obligation, I think personally and professionally, to ask, is this you?
My guy just hit him with this you? With an article accusing him of a Ponzi scheme, $4.4 million Ponzi scheme. Dude, to understand how amazing this is, to understand what led up to this, look, I gotta walk you guys back for who this organizer is, right? The organizer, the guy on screen right here, is Sunil Tulsiani of Brampton, Ontario, okay? In 2008 and 2009, he sold unregistered bonds, which reports say turned out to be part of a $4.4 million Ponzi scheme, by the way.
And it's gone.
That was sold to 80 investors who were part of his private investment club, okay? Sunil was then banned from trading securities for life by the Ontario Securities Commission and then later charged with breaking that ban in 2015 with unregistered trading. Now, you might be thinking, with all these allegations, accusations, bans, that would be enough to prevent someone from advising other people about their wealth, right? Breaking into this fake guru seminar circuit. But of course, you'd be wrong. Sunil has appeared with many of the biggest fake guru names, right? Like Grant Cardone. Look at this, dude. Grant is shilling this guy's event for him. Watch.
$50 to how much?
$50 to $15,000.
$15,000. I would strongly advise you invest in the $15,000. Go sit with the players.
Yes.
He goes, don't spend $1,000 on this guy. $15,000.
Can do that, okay? Buy a $50 ticket and upgrade on your way. Make a commitment to being there. Make a commitment to say, because guess what, man? If you can't do 15 grand, you're not going to buy any real estate in Canada.
That's right.
Yo, dude, if you can't spend $15K on a real estate course, bro, what are you doing? These guys are such clowns. And look, it wasn't just him. It wasn't just Grant Cardone, right? He got in with Kevin Hart, Kevin Harrington, also of Shark Tank, and co-hosted stages with all these guys. And he did that as recently as March of 2020. My point is, because in spite of promoting this $4.5 million scheme or whatever to his private investment club, this guy's still crushing it, as you can see, with the biggest names in this fake guru world, right? Everybody's endorsing this guy, and his MO is to throw big events with the biggest names in the world, and nobody ever calls him out. So, like, think about that. Understand that this guy lands Snowden, and he thinks it's going to be just like all his other interviews. That's the context of this. So he hypes up this Zoom event. He hypes this up for his private investment club, whatever, thinking that Snowden's going to legitimize him. He thought this guy wasn't going to background check him. But the only problem is it's Edward Snowden, you dummy. So this guy comes on the show, does a 5-minute Google search, and does what none of these people have had the balls to do, to say to this guy, which is, this you?
This idea of whistleblowing, it's really remarkable to me. People go through the day and they become so familiar with this sense of wrongdoing, with seeing things like I saw in the office and hoping somebody else would do something about it, or turning a blind eye and going, it's not my problem. These are not my people. It doesn't impact me.
Oh my gosh. It's like he's talking to all these guys who refuse to call him out, who all share stages with this guy, never say anything. They just never say anything. What? You got securities banned? What? I'm not going to say anything. Not my problem.
And so I have to ask, it's very unusual that you booked me for this conference because, as a whistleblower, it's my obligation, I think personally and professionally, to ask, is this you?
Yes.
Look at that silence. Yes.
Because I think that it is.
Yes.
And I think that the things that I've heard tonight make me very uncomfortable with this event. I think it makes me very uncomfortable, and everyone involved with this should really question, is this the kind of association that they want to have? Are you going to be able to deliver on the promises that you're making them? I sure hope to God that you will. But my advice to everyone on this call tonight, everyone looking at this, is look up what you're getting involved in. If you spent money, are you sure that you want to spend it, or do you want to charge it back? And by God, think hard about if you want to continue this. Because for me, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight, I don't. Thank you so much, and good night.
Wow. Wow.
All he can say is wow. This is the greatest clip of all time, dude. Edward is a legend forever. He's goated. He's already goated, but he's goated forever for this. This is the face of a man who did not know he was about to be called out on his own live stream.
Let's take like a few minutes break, and I'll be right back. This is totally unexpected.
I bet it is.
And I'm so sorry that this has happened.
I bet you are. Look, if you guys notice, Private Investment Club, that's, by the way, what's named in the 2008, 2009, like, whatever complaint, whatever that is, the charges. He solicited his Private Investment Club people for this scheme. He's still running the same Private Investment Club. Like, that's just the crazy part about it, is like, why would you go back into this after you know what this guy has done? So they shut this stream off, right? They take a break, whatever. Now, here's where I want to give you guys the follow-up. This is why you come to CoffeeZilla, for the extra context. Because this guy, Jack Paulson, on Twitter, followed this up and live tweeted the whole response. So apparently, they went on break. A guy on a hot mic who didn't know it was on said wasted effing day. Apparently, he also ordered a medium iced coffee while they're on break. Okay, so then they come back. And Sunil says that the problem is that somebody wrote a clickbait article, okay? He says, if I stole millions of dollars, I would not be here. Don't be so sure. I was never charged criminally, which that's amazing. You know what the actual headline, one of his headlines is? Sunil Tulsiani is charged quasi-criminally. Yeah, guys, hey, he was never charged criminally. He was charged quasi-criminally. That has to be the slimiest way to get out of something. You go, hey, I'm not a criminal. According to the Ontario Securities Commission, I was only charged quasi-criminally. It's clickbait, dude. Hey, you know how the Ontario Securities Commission is known to write clickbait, guys. And look, at this point, if Snowden has told you guys, hey, don't get involved in this, I wouldn't get involved. If you get involved in this, I'm sorry, it's on you. It's like if Enron reopened their doors and you invested in them. Like, we already have this thing with the Private Investment Club. We already have the reports on it. It's done. It's done. He's still running it. You guys are still investing in it. Don't do it. Oh man, when I saw this, I almost cried. Tears of joy. Man, Snowden is a legend for this forever. And it takes guts to call it out, man. Oh man, this is so funny. And listen, it's to some of you who are going to say, look, can't a guy get a second chance? I am about second chances, just not about managing your money. If a banker, if anyone has ever been banned or had any financial misdoings, never trust that person with your money. Look, Bernie Madoff only ran a Ponzi scheme once. What about the second chances? It's like, no, some things, that's it. Like if you trust an eye surgeon, right, to do eye surgery and they mess up one of your eyes, you don't give them a second chance to go back for the second. You say, no, I think I'm good. I'm going to go to a new guy. I've already been charged with sketchy stuff. We're done. We're finished. So thanks to Snowden for calling this out. I just want to show you guys this. That's basically it. What, did you learn anything? Did you get a good laugh out of this? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I know what you mean. This ain't what it seemed. Nothing but a trick. Trying to sell me on a dream. But that was where you lost me. Wake up and smell the coffee.